check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow Unboxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, I already dropped a video about Canelo getting stripped of the IBF belt because he couldn't reach a deal with Sergey Derevchenko before a deadline of 3 p.m. whenever I drop this video on Thursday. Now, Golovkin to be looking to pick up the negotiation with Canelo. I would imagine, like I said in my video, and I'll link it in the description if I remember, that Canelo is probably going to try to fight Kovalev. We're going to take the rest of the year off. But I heard that Gennady Golovkin was offered a Jaime fight, and he ducked Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia's promoters, After Boxing, took to Twitter. He deleted the tweets, but he took to Twitter, and he was getting backlash for Jaime fighting Jesse Vargas, or potentially fighting Jesse Vargas. And he said that we tried to fight Gennady Golovkin, but Golovkin didn't want to fight. So we back, Goodfellow Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. They can't blame this on Abel Sanchez, okay, or Tom Loeffler. They said they tried to, send the contracts over, and they said they tried to make the fight. The Zone approved the fight. Everything was approved by both, the Zone and Jaime side, and Golovkin simply didn't want to fight. So the Zone has empowered Gennady Golovkin with this power to decide who he don't want to fight. Had the Zone just made Gennady Golovkin fight Demetrius Andrade, they would be getting a trilogy. It'll be a trilogy for Undisputed. They could have paid Jamal Charlo to hold off and not strip Canelo of the real WBC belt, and they would have had their trilogy. Therefore, them being soft on their stance and them trying to be what PBC is, a pro fighters network or whatever you consider to be, a promoter network, app work, whatever you want to call it, it's hurt them in the long run. At some point, you got to be stern with somebody and say, "We not having this fight. You gonna fight him. If you don't fight him, then you on the shelf." And with Gennady Golovkin, I understand with Canelo, they're investing a ton of money in him. He the face of the Zone for right now. But what has Golovkin ever done? Golovkin hadn't had a hard day in boxing in his life. Okay, even with the Canelo fight, for him that was a Christmas treat. Okay, that was a gift for him. All right, him just to fight Golovkin and make a ton of money, that's all he want. And Floyd Mayweather for years got a bad rap for wanting to fight for the money and say he fighting for the money and F the legacy. But Golovkin is just in it for the money. But for him to duck Jaime Munguia, a guy that he was willing to fight about a year or two ago in the StubHub Center, and they didn't approve Jaime Munguia. He ended up going to beat up Saddam Ali for the junior middleweight WBO title in impressive fashion. And they didn't approve Jaime was in Nevada or California, one of the two. I know then the fight, I think I moved to California. I think it was California, and Chavez Sr. spoke out and said he wasn't ready, and that really went into they thinking for the fight. And now Jaime team really want that fight. He been putting some work in the gym. He been technically trying to get better. And Triple G ducked Jaime Munguia. At this point, if he does fight again this year, which has been a rumor, October 5th day in LA by Eddie Hearn, if it's without Canelo, which I believe it will be until at least next year and next May or September, if he duck Canelo, if Canelo don't fight him, however to go, he can fight somebody of lesser competition. Okay, if he won't fight Jaime, I don't see him fighting Torian Johnson. He might try to get a Ryota Murata fight. Or I thought, if Jason Quigley didn't lose to Torian Johnson, he might have tried to get that fight. But Golovkin plans on fighting nobody that can punch, nobody that's too athletic and that can punch. Right now, what he's doing in boxing is felonious. It's criminal. You know what I'm saying? For him not to want to fight this kid September 14th, and Jesse Vargas want to step up and fight this kid, just let you know. And I don't know how this guy got fans, okay? Abel Sanchez has put his reputation on the line, and whatever reputation he had, he put on the line, and he sat out there and capped for Gennady Golovkin. Tom Loeffler took a lot of flack for Golovkin, and they, babysitting him, and he didn't take the tough fights, and they lowballing people like Peter Quillen. They only offered him $500,000, and they paid him $1 million to fight Agent Winky Wright. And they take damage to their reputations that damage to their honor will never be restored because of Gennady Golovkin. and all of a sudden it's Gennady Golovkin that's pulling the strings and don't want to fight people and want more money. And they empowered him to think he's some type of star over here. Gennady Golovkin not even a top 100 athlete in America. We don't care about Gennady. If Gennady Golovkin never throw another punch, it'll be a pleasure. Okay? He's a punk. He's a coward. He's a fraud. He's a mental midget. He's fragile mental. He's the worst thing in boxing. Okay? You know, for him to turn down a fight versus a Mexican, you know, that he should be able to beat, and he don't want to fight him, it's crazy. Who do you want to fight? If you don't want to fight Jaime Munguia, who do you want to fight then? Jesse Vargas? You know what I'm saying? You make Jesse Vargas jump up another weight class to 160? You know, and it's criminal, man. It's really, really criminal, you know, with Gennady Golovkin. It is. You know, I just don't understand, like, why wouldn't he want to fight Jaime on Jaime Munguia? Now, I heard a while ago that he said it wasn't enough time to train. Okay, I heard this maybe a week or two ago. Oh, it's not enough time to train for guy. But if Canelo said, let's go September 14th, he would have fought him. You know? And now Jaime Munguia team got to deal with the backlash, and his promoter on Twitter deleting shit, and probably the zone told him to delete it. He on Twitter battling and trying to, you know, restore the honor of his fighter name. It's funny. The one fighter that wanted to fight Golovkin behind the scenes, and they sent the contract and everything was approved and Golovkin didn't want it, he taking backlash for fighting Jesse Vargas. But had Golovkin sat there and fought another Steve Rose opponent, Doug Demetrius Andrade, Doug Jamal Charlo, at the end of the day, Jaime Munguia a fucking kid. Okay? He's a kid. At the end of the day, if he want to babysit, even with a title, I understand, because there's a ton of people babysitting that should be unified champions. There's a ton of guys sitting here for years, didn't unify belt, or did nothing. It's a long list of fighters I will trash before I get to Jaime Munguia, you feel me? And Golovkin on top of the list. He on top of the list. And now his team got to do damage control for no reason. They tried to make the best possible fight for the fans. He was going to move up to 160 and fight Gennady Golovkin. That's what Golovkin like, 54-pounders, welterweights, Kell Brook, Jaime Munguia, Kasim Uma. He likes smaller guys. And if one guy want to move up and test himself, and fight you, you turn it down. He's a coward. He's a coward. Remember Raiden from Mortal Kombat? And Shang Tsung, he challenged Sonya Blade, and Raiden was like, you coward. You impotent fool. You know what I'm saying? He's a coward. How does Golovkin have fans? Real talk. How do you sit there, pay $20 for the zone? How do you sit there watching HBO? How do you sit there and watch him fight Proska, Rosado, Stevens, you know what I'm saying? David Lemieux and Marco Antonio Rubio. He lost to Danny Jacobs in a lot of people's opinion. You know, how do you sit there? Could have fought Derevchenko on Cinco de Mayo. He wanted to fight Bonas Monterosian. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in boxing. Real talk. He's the worst thing I've ever seen come to boxing. Worse than the Mayweather plague. Gennady Golovkin is the worst thing to ever come to boxing. You know what I'm saying? This dude really ducked Jaime Munguia. I understand ducking a Danny Jacobs fight. I understand ducking a Demetrius Andrade fight. Not wanting to fight Jamal Charlo. But this takes the cake. You ducked the guy that you should have no problem beating at this point in his career. He was just willing to fight him like a year or two ago. Now all of a sudden the tune changed. Oh, I don't have enough time to train. But if Canelo said, Golovkin, let's fight September 14th. You hop right on the train. I can't believe the WBC tried to sell him to Mexico as a fight. This dude, he from Duckistan. Not Kazakhstan, he from Duckistan. Quackistan. You know, he the biggest duck in boxing history, figuratively. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that he did behind the scenes that's been unveiled and that's been kept in private, it's worse than Rick Bowe throwing that WBC in the trash can. You know? And this young bull wanted to test himself, and he got settled for Jesse Vargas. Even coming off the performance he had versus old boy Dennis Hogan, Gennady Golovkin still scared to fight him. He don't want to fight nobody that's a threat before fighting Canelo. But the zone want to force Canelo to do stuff. The zone want to force this guy to do something. But they can't force Gennady Golovkin to go get the WBC from Jamal or fight Demetrius Andrade. crazy, man. But hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Don't forget to check out the sponsor, The Help Blaze, at thehelpblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1 Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products, lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much, much more. Website, promo code in description. Share the videos. Appreciate the love, support, man. I really do. Want to make a donation? Share the video. Want to make a donation? That link's in the description. One time for the one time. Goodfellas.